Hi everyone, Jessica here from Stitching Colours and welcome back. Today is the 24th of June and welcome back to Flosstube number 25. I can't believe I'm up to 25. It seems like it wasn't that long ago that I was first starting, but here we go. You can see Luna has just arrived. She seems to be being antisocial, being facing away from me, but you know, you've got a cat. First, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's come back, who's watching, and to any new viewers or subscribers. Thank you, and I always appreciate it with all the lovely comments, and I'm not sure I would still be here after all this time if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you. So on to my updates for this week. I have been working on 7 projects this week. It has been a bit busy and I haven't got quite the progress I would have liked, but I guess that's just the way it seems to be at the moment. But I guess the first thing I'd like to show you today is, okay, one of the neighbours is doing some renovations. Fantastic. Sorry if you hear any hammering in the background. The first thing I want to show you is the diamond painting that has been sitting on my table for the last 9 months, probably partway done. And I kind of made a decision this week that I need to get some progress on this, and leaving it sitting there on the table is not the best idea. I mean, I'm sure there's gotten dust and things under all the plastic and things like that, so I'm just making it a goal to do a little 100 diamond block daily. So here is where it is, and you can see that when I first started this, hi Luna, you back again. You can see when I first started this that I wasn't the best at sticking to one little area, so there's a bit of sporadic movement throughout the piece, so I'm just focusing now on getting those areas all filled in. So up to about here from the side is all filled in so far, and at least it's getting somewhere and is not just sitting on my table gathering dust. So the next piece I have to show you, which is actually a cross stitch piece, so I guess I've worked on 8 pieces this week technically, will be Celtic Summer. So this is a lavender and lace piece and is stitched on Jolie by Chromatic Alchemy. This is a 28 count hand dyed linen fabric, so you should be seeing where it was last time, and I have since got 918 stitches on it, and I'm really happy with where it is coming to. I'm almost at the point of putting the other Celtic ladies on hold and just focusing on getting summer finished. So you'll see what I was doing was just bringing it all down across, so you'll see from the basket down, but I was working mostly from about here down. Still looking very straight. I'm not sure if it must be the way I'm holding it, but yeah. So I'm really enjoying working on this. There's still the beads to go, but they will wait until I get a bit further along. I am over halfway down to the bottom of what I call the second page that I put in Pattern Keeper. So when I did this one, and all of the other Celtic ladies, I guess, I took a couple of photos of the paper chart and then I manipulated them into Pattern Keeper. So it's only partially compatible in that you can select and mark your stitches as stitched. You can't go and select your stitches by symbol or anything like that, but I find it works great for being able to track my stitches and also being able to know where I've been and not have any potential issues if I go and frog anything because I'm not marking the actual paper chart. In the past I have used a good reader and things like that, but not always seemingly the most sensitive or it doesn't always work quite the way I'd like it to. So I think what I'm going to try and do this week is spend half an hour on it daily until I get it finished, but that won't be this week. So you might have an extra piece next week, probably. Yeah. I mean, I tried this week, I did a few days of it, and then spent an evening on it because I was tired and it was out, and yeah. So we'll see how this week goes. I mean, based on what's planned for this week, it may not be any better, but I will see what I can do. I mean, this week we've got our quarterly meeting, which means that for me, I will have to travel through to Christchurch one day this coming week and join up with all of our South Island people, and we have a big meeting and lunch and do some quizzes and things like that. It just means it's kind of a bit of a waste of a day and things like that. Although I'm hoping when I go up there I can get a bit of training done with some of the guys for some of the things we've got coming up and changes in our systems. So hopefully it will work, but we'll see. Anyway, moving on. The next piece I worked on, which was a new start, was Celtic Winter. And this was something I started and got 800 stitches on it. Actually, I started it twice. The first time I started it, I wasn't happy with my fabric because one of the colours, I think it's 930, didn't show up very well. It's not showing up much better on this second fabric. I'm not 100% what I'm going to do as yet, so I will give it some more thought. I have seen in a lot of pieces that people have done with this, a lot of different versions that people have done on different fabrics with this piece. It seems that no matter what, this thread doesn't show up on a lot of colours, and it seems to look fine from what I've seen in pictures, so I think I'll probably proceed. But anyway, this is Celtic Winter, stitched on Midnight Tryst by Chromatic Alchemy, and this is also a 28 count linen, and just the way lighting is, you're not seeing that very well. So yeah, I love this fabric. It kind of looks like a winter storm on it with the colours and things like that. So I will come back to it, but I think I kind of want to focus on getting Celtic Summer finished and then getting some more progress on some of these other ones. just because it seems like, because there's 4 of them, I spend what seems like a lot of time on them and don't feel like I'm getting anywhere because I've now got 3 of them started. But we'll see how it goes. You may see this one come out again shortly, or it may just be a little bit more on hold until I get a bit more finished on the other ones. So the next piece I will show you today is a full coverage. We'll go with that. I've got one more non-full coverage, but the others are full coverage. So this one is Wizard Septimus, and this is a Heaven and Earth Designs piece based on the artwork by Jan Patrick Krasny, and you should be seeing where you saw it last time. And here is where it's at now. So you can see I was focused on getting this cloud done. So what I found last weekend was doing 30 stitches across, or approximately 30 stitches, 30 to 35 stitches across, and doing like almost half the page, especially on these ones that I've got large chart format patterns for them. It seems to work quite well because I feel like a lot of these pieces, colours are relatively consistent going downwards. They're not always quite so consistent going across the page if you're trying to extend right across. So I found that I was getting some quite good progress on this, and this one got 642 stitches, and I'm still loving the way that hood shows up. But I'm going to be in these clouds for the next 2 or 3 pages, which is the full length across the very top. I want to get some more progress on that one, but that's a common thing with most of my pieces, so it's just the way it is. The next piece I have is Clints Line. This is a Planets Align number 6, and this is a Tilton Crafts piece, and I kind of adapted a very similar methodology for this one, somewhat similar. It changed a bit. So this one is stitched, oh dear, this one and Wizard Septimus are both stitched on 25 count easy guide fabric, and that's a Lugana and even weave, and this one is the one that I have chosen to get a finish on by the end of the year, so it needs to keep getting a bit of consistent effort into it, and here's where we're at now. So this one got 809 stitches. I'm really loving how it's looking, and I was over here working on this background area and doing some very similar things. A lot of it I was just getting some of these parked threads and finishing them out. Sometimes it helps not to have some of those parked threads lingering for too long. I find they tend to get a little bit tangled and they just don't quite stitch up the same sometimes. And some of those colours weren't going to come up for quite some time in the page. The next piece I have is Mini Magic Mirror. This is it's a Heaven and Earth Designs piece based on the artwork by Anne Stokes. And you'll be seeing where you saw it last time. It's not a great photo just because of all the parked threads I have, and I don't feel like I got a lot of progress on this one. This was one of those nights where I was working quite late and it just didn't get a lot of progress. But this one got 504 stitches, so here's where we're at now. And I was mainly just getting rid of parked threads and filling them in until I got to the end of them. So a little bit more filled in, but not a huge amount of progress, and you can't really see. So here, that is, hold on. That's working a bit better. So it's going to be a while before this one comes through too much, but it's coming along. There's only just over 3 pages across the top, so it's gonna be relatively quick once I get really into some of those areas lower down. So I have 2 more pieces to show you. We'll go with my big progress piece first, and then the other one. So the next piece I worked on was Dragon Race into the Night. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs piece based on the artwork by Rose Khan, and I'm working on the tree, so you should be seeing now the full extent. I've already finished the top row of pages, and now let me just fold this in half to make life a little bit easier. Okay, so I have been working on this tree, and I just focused on getting all of these shade colors in, because the way the tree is it's very much it kind of expands outwards in almost sections of color, I guess would be the best way of describing it, because you see you've got all the shadows here, then we've got a little bit less shadow, and then we've got some brighter colors there, and then down here we've got those bright colors continue. So this seems to be the best way I've found of getting that tree to continue to function, and there's quite a bit of confetti and blues and things in the colors, in the shade, but I'm really happy with how it's looking. So this is stitched on 25 count Magic Guide fabric. No, it's Easy Guide fabric because it's 10 by 10 grids. And this is also a Lugana. So that one got 2,092 stitches. So I was really happy with that progress. And I have one more piece to show you. This is the Mythical Alphabet, which was the 2020 Pain Free Crafts stitch along based on the artwork by Stanley Morrison. So when I took my starting picture for this one, I focused it on the area around the N and what I had started already, because I figured everyone knows what was going on, but that I'm only working on the N at this moment in time. So I've got the N almost finished for Nessie. This got 805 stitches done on it last night, and I'm just up to starting the back stitching. You'll see I did a little bit around the face with doing the mouth of the Loch Ness Monster. So that is where we're at now, and for anyone who hasn't seen it, we've got all of the letters. Hold on. Nope, I'm just getting really bad lighting now coming through, but we've got all the letters done. So Anubis, the Basilisk, and the Cerberus. Not sure how far this will help, but okay. So the Anubis, the Basilisk, the Cerberus. Okay, and the next one is down here. So we've got the dragon and the Enfield. The fawn and the griffin. the hippocampus. Back to the other side. Then we've got the imp and the jackalope. The kraken and the leviathan. The mermaid. And Nessie, which is the Loch Ness monster, which is just needing the back stitching, and then that one will be completed. So I'm going to continue working on this mythical alphabet today and get this in finished, and possibly, I should say probably, get most of at least O started and some progress along that. So for other people who may not have seen it recently or missed videos, I have got the border all finished. So I'm really happy with how that's going, and I've just got O through to Z to finish for the letters, and then I will be finished, which might be another finish for this year. Hi Luna. And for anyone who may have missed seeing her earlier, she's being a little bit more social now. Maybe not. I mean, she was sitting sniffing the tripod. So, you know. But I think she wants to go. Anyway, thank you for coming back and joining me for my now weekly update. And I hope all is going well. Today is going to be a bit of a quiet day. It's been a busy week and a bit of a stressful week. I don't know what it is, but annual performance reviews, they always stress me out regardless of the fact that I don't have anything to worry about, but just one of those things. So hope all's going well and that you'll all find the time to fit some stitching in and get some progress on your favorite pieces. Alright, thank you for coming back and or joining me for this video, and I will see you next weekend. Alright, thank you. Bye.